How old were you when the towers went down?
I want to say I was 16 years old. I was sitting in math class, and it's kind of vague to me and how it happened, but I just remember the phone ringing in the classroom. My teacher's phone's ringing, and he answers the phone. It was like as if like he never stopped, but he stopped like as if it was an emergency. And next thing you know, he hangs up, and he had a TV in his classroom. A lot of us, growing up, you remember you had like some days you would watch like movies or documentaries or history or something like that. He had a TV in his classroom, and he rolls the TV out, and he plugs it in, and he turns on the TV, and we just are watching. The towers had just fell. Chaos had ensued, and we're all kind of like, we're kids, man. We're looking at each other, and we're like, the fuck is going on? Like, what just happened? Slowly but surely, like, this picture's being painted as to what just happened, to our country,
Yeah.
And I had some time to kind of really, ponder the whole thing that was going on, and that was kind of the moment, man. That was the moment for me. I knew right then and there. I was like, I'm fucking going.
No shit. So like, as it's happening in like real time, that's when you're like, I'm fucking going.
I was so fucking enraged, dude. Like, I was so enraged. I just wanted to get in on the fight,
Yeah.
I knew who was responsible for that attack on our own soil, and I was out for blood.
Damn. That's pretty heavy for a 16-year-old. So when did you actually enlist in the Marine Corps?
Well, it's kind of interesting. I didn't enlist till I was 18, but I had moved out of the house at the age of 16.
No shit.
Yeah, I was living on my own at the age of 16.
All on your own?
Yeah. Like, I literally was in high school, and I had a fucking apartment and a job.
Damn.
Yeah. So from that age of like 16 to 18, there was a lot of fucking off in between there.
Boozer?
Oh, dude. Like, not really booze, but just like adrenaline junkie. Like, just, I used to street race a lot. I had a couple of the Fox Body style Mustangs, and I was into muscle cars. I was into street racing. I was into going fast. And I'm telling you, if I hadn't joined the Marine Corps, I would have ended up either dead or in jail. Like, I'm convinced that I would have ended up either dead or in jail had I not joined the Marine Corps.
Damn. Yeah, I can relate to that. I could definitely relate to that. But so you joined at 18.
At 18, yep. At 18, I was talking to my recruiter, a really good dude, Jason Batson, and him and I actually became pretty good friends. Like, we hung out quite a bit. Like, I don't know, he took a liking to me, and he wasn't one of those recruiters that was just like, hey, like, you should do this, and was just worried about hitting his quota. He really did give me some tips and pointers to kind of get me pointed in the right direction, help set me up for success once I did graduate boot camp and all that stuff. But yeah, 18 happened. I remember at the time that I was supposed to go, there was a huge hurricane. Growing up in Florida, it's a huge hurricane every summer, but there was a huge hurricane coming, and I was kind of torn between, okay, do I stay and like make sure my family's going to be okay, or do I go? And I don't know what's going to happen. And my dad was like, you need to go. Just go. Like, don't worry about anything at home. This is your time. Go.
Which sorry, let me interject here. I'm just curious, which real dad, stepdad, which one was kind of like guiding you in that direction?
My real dad. Yeah.
Your real dad?
My real dad, yeah.
Your stepdad, was he like,
he
get in there, or?
No, not really. My dad was probably the most impactful individual in my life.
Mm-hmm.
When he, he was a father, but he's also a mentor, and my dad, he was probably one of the biggest, models in my life in terms of being a mentor and a father, and he, and what he thought meant a lot to me. You know, I was very critical of myself and everything that he would say and do. Like, I would try to learn from him because he's just full of knowledge. And he told me, he's like, you need to not worry about what's going on here. If this is what you want to do, you need to go. Don't sit back. Don't, just go.
No shit.
Yeah.
No, and knowing that you wanted to go to combat.
I don't think it was really a reality for him at that point.
Yeah.
Because this was like, I mean, it was still early on.
Yeah.
And I just don't think it really registered for him.
Yeah.
Until I graduated boot camp, got assigned to my unit, you know, went through the School of Infantry, assigned to my unit, and started a workup to deploy. You know, we started training right off the bat.
So you went, hold on, let's backtrack just a second. So you went in the Marine Corps, you go to, like, what was your contract?
Basically, I signed up to be a ground pounder, to be an 0311 infantry rifleman.
What's that pipeline look like?
Honestly, man, the pipeline is short. You go to 8-week course, School of Infantry, and they teach you just basic infantry skill sets, you know, different weapon systems, different tactics, you know, patrolling, hand and arm signals, radio communications, just basic stuff that can be built upon. Once you get to your unit, the follow-on training continues. It's a little bit more advanced, a little bit more fine-tuned, if you will. So,
you know, one thing that really that I want to say about the Marine Corps is, or I want to ask actually, is a Marine grunt unit is extremely fucking effective at what they do, and historically, not just, you know, modern day warfare, you know, starting from 9/11 in the Middle East and to the invasion of Fallujah and shit, but, you know, Vietnam, Somalia, they're more hungry than any other fucking branch, than any other unit. It's a very young demographic, and what is it about that, that's different than the other branches? I guess is kind of what I'm asking. Is at what point, or what do they do in that training that motivates the Marines so much more than the other units? I mean, every single fucking Marine that I meet is, I mean, they are fucking hungry.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean Ryan. Click here to subscribe to the Sean Ryan Show YouTube channel for the hottest and most compelling interviews that you will not see anywhere else. I've also made a playlist of all the previous SRS episodes, so they're easy to find. You can find that right here.